We're
Testing,
live.
testing. Okay,
Testing.
first broadcast of 2022. So, what do? We look back or we look forward?
I
Mostly
think we
look
do
forward.
mostly look forward, but you got to bring your past
Yeah.
with you because we learned a lot of lessons in
Yes.
2021.
Yes, we did.
A
So,
ton.
we want to recap 2021. We're going to do a little bit of the state of the company. All right. And I'll take away the spoiler alert. Uh, Best year ever. Okay. Uh, Increased production by double figures. Okay. Very pleased about that. Um, the metrics that matter to us: closed dollar volume, the amount of property put under contract, number of agents that are producing at a seven-figure production level. All of those went up significantly. And uh, probably the one that's most under discussed and is worth bringing up is that, when an agent joins the firm, as you have famously said, they don't say, well, I want to sell two houses and be broke. They want to make six figures. They want to make an impact. They want to earn commissions and serve clients. um, it is important to us that when an agent joins the brand, they can be a primary breadwinner. 34 agents in this brand closed $1 million or more in production. uh, by far our best total ever. And that sort of destroys that whole 20/80 rule. I mean, if you have a brokerage with 100 agents, you can maybe expect 20 of them to do 80% of the production. Well, we had 34 agents, and I don't believe we have 100 in production yet. Getting close. 34 agents that did pretty
We
well.
have about 77, I think, in production.
77. Then you add in the whole family of other referral agents and blah, blah, blah. But
Right.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So we
That's
were ahead
almost
of that curve.
50%. Yeah, definitely
Yep.
ahead of that curve.
Very ahead of that curve. Um, but it's worth saying this: 2021, to the people out there who are kind of thinking, well, you're in real estate, you must have been walking around easy street. 2021 is a hard year. And just ask anybody who attempted to buy property. Now, more than 50% of our transactions are on the buy side. It's about 47% on the listing side, where we look like geniuses, everything sold in a day, and about 53, 54% on the buying side, where we would show someone what little inventory there was. And sometimes these poor people would make 3, 4, 5, 6 offers, and not 100% of them ended up as homeowners by the end of the year. It was very, very difficult for buyer agents, extremely difficult for buyer consumers. If you did get something, you did not steal it, and you probably won a bidding war or settled for something that had a significant, maybe red flag that you had to live with, because that's the best you could do. So it was not an easy year.
I'll just add into that the
Sure.
emotional the
Oh,
emotional aspect too. Like everybody is just raw, tired, frustrated. Even if you're not looking for a property, but put yourself in a position of some people started pre-pandemic trying to find a property and still haven't,
yep.
because if you don't have a ton of cash or a bunch of ways to maneuver those offers to put yourself at the top, it's difficult to win. So, I mean, many people had to go way beneath their price point to be able to afford what they wanted to. So their expectations were just defeated.
Yep.
And so for agents, their jobs became much more difficult. You're managing people's emotions, which we do on a regular basis, but throw in a pandemic and social uproar and everything else. It was definitely a even more challenging year. I kept saying, I'll take 2020 back, bring it back.
You know,
Uh,
there were some things that the pandemic uh, forced upon the industry that we couldn't do ourselves. Like, for example, buyers had to produce pre-approvals before they could see a house.
yeah,
Took a
definitely some
pandemic.
singer liner, silver linings.
Um, so production wise, uh, best year ever on just about every single metric that we watch, including some of the unconventional ones, like the people who are being able to support their family with what they earn under this brand. But it was not just it was not a year, by the way, of just working in the business and selling houses. All
No.
right. And this is where you're going to do the shucks, oh, it's just doing my job. But you stepped up, you put on the tiara and flew around the invisible plane and had the golden lasso. And you, as COO, spearheaded revamping a lot of things. Now, these are things that might be done once a decade by some brands, and we
We
took
did it
them
in
on,
6, 7 months.
all of them, since more or less mid-year, right? So we revamped, streamlined, rewrote the entire old policies and procedures into a manifesto of best practices and guidelines. That was a bear of an effort. All right. We took our entire compendium of training and put it into a new platform, thanks to some really key people. And speaking of key people, you rolled out an architecture for reverse engineering every company initiative, a 1, 3, and a 5-year plan. What are our core values? What is our
Core
organizational chart?
focus.
All of these things, right?
Accountability chart.
Right?
It's a,
Organizational chart, accountability chart, who does what, person is in what seat to do what job. And we quadrupled the number of W-2 employees on what we now call our core team to support the agents on the entire client journey, from being a raw inquiry about a house maybe they saw on our website or Zillow or something like that, through pre-qualification, looking at properties, listing properties, whatever, through the transaction, the entire journey of the client, through transaction management, with smart people spearheading the support of the agents and getting all of that done. So policies and procedures, manifesto guidelines, trainual, EOS,
hold
core
on, hold
mission,
on.
all of that.
Boot camp. Whole
Yep.
new onboarding process. We're rolling out accountability groups, which is going to be insane. But you're missing two huge, huge
Tell
things.
me.
We have an ISA, an inside
Yeah.
sales agent department. We
Yep.
have a lead generation funnel. We can literally take agents wherever you want to go. You want to, basically be mostly stay at home mom and not have to focus on making calls, or stay at home dad, or you're a fireman and you want a part time job, or you're just hating where you're at and you want to transition over. We can bring you on. We can get you productive immediately,
Within
like
weeks. Yep.
immediately. We also have a transaction coordination department now. All of this done within a few months.
Yep.
And I give a huge amount of credit. I last minute after my wedding, my husband was not doing well, going into 2021, like, really? I decided to shell out like the last $3,000 I have and attend virtual leadership mastermind John Cheplack was running. Listen to Veronica Figueroa run an all women's panel, and some of the women on this panel, thank God I've become friends with a lot of them, because they have really, really inspired me. But that was it.
Yep.
We have invested more in coaching this year than we probably have in the last 7 years that I've been a part of the company combined.
Yep.
And
Eight
it's
years.
eight years.
This is your
And
ninth year.
that's not going away, because all I can do is figure out where we're going to get the money for this next one, next one, and next one. Because everybody should really be in coaching, and we can't be the best versions of ourselves if we're not engaged in coaching. So huge deal.
You've been here this many years.
10.
2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Oh wait, we have a comment. Thank you, Caroline. Do you know Caroline Gosling? Yes, Caroline. And I got to meet
Yeah.
Caroline,
Caroline, as a matter of fact,
who
just switched over to
to EXP, and I
EXP.
think I might have helped.
Congratulations.
I think I might have helped out her when I shared her quote in the New York. I didn't even notice Caroline because I don't pay attention to anything. shared her quote in the New York Times talking about 2021.
Hmm.
And so, congratulations. And obviously, she's with Veronica, and you couldn't be in better company. So,
Top
kick some
producer,
butt.
great agent, great human being too.
Yeah, and Caroline climbed to the top of Mount Talek with me. Not with
Mhm.
me, but
So, and it gets better though. So we're not done here. So all of the things you just talked about, the entire journey of the client, the inside sales department, and I'll say this, and you're being modest. We could, with what we have now in place, onboard 300 agents into production with the current architecture that you have spearheaded getting built, as easily and as smoothly as 3 agents running the
absolutely. And
firm
the
a year or
and
two
the
ago.
icing is we can literally take an agent and have them be a broker within the brokerage. We now have the template and the design to take somebody at any level of production, but especially those, getting already hitting to that 10 million or above mark. And we can basically replicate what we've done here, and offer transaction coordinating and inside sales agent support. So
Yep.
it's going to be an amazing year. And
So,
we've got some great talent in the
but wait, there's
works.
more.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more. All right. So Ronnie DeMeo has been elevated to chief administrative officer.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm. Josie
Thank
Ferranda, our tech director, has done utterly astonishing yeoman work on building out the technology and streamlining, improving, in some cases, eradicating less effective and replacing it with more effective technology, going toe to toe with our vendors, and just being the tech guru that we've needed for years. And you have hired a core team of W-2 people, not on commission, payroll, to support everything from inside sales, marketing, communication to the agents, training.
commercial. We have a new commercial director, Carrie
We do.
Kenny.
We do
We
have a
have
commercial
we have a
director.
director of growth and retention, Olivia Diaz. We have a communications team with Lorray Kwok and Jillian Adonisio. And am I missing anybody? Michelle
Michelle
Kantrowitz
Kantowitz.
taking over transaction coordination.
Uh
So
huh. Uh,
amazing.
and Michelle can wear a lot of different hats, and she is an absolute um, evangelist for this brand. Um, there's probably more people, and forgive us if we don't. We
Christina
don't want to sound like
Gamero
an Italian.
working with the elite team.
We don't want to sound like a Academy Award winner. Like I'd like to thank my
No,
mother, but
that's
there's a
it.
lot of
That's the
people who
core
came
team. Core
together.
team, very important.
So with the backdrop of 2021 actually not being an easy year, and there's some things that the public doesn't have an appreciation of, although the public can appreciate this. Um, Zillow changed things around enormously. So did Realtor.com. These are companies we do business with on the other side of the consumer experience. So if a consumer is on Zillow or Realtor.com, we're also doing business with Zillow and Realtor.com on the other side. Okay. Somebody's got to take your call. Somebody's got to take your inquiries. And Zillow and Realtor.com changed things around enormously. And there's so much change going on at Zillow, and not all of it, much of it. It's a learning year. How do we put it diplomatically? A learning year for Zillow. They had a rough year. They had to lay off 1 out of 4 employees. Tough year for Zillow. And we had to scramble around in that hailstorm because they changed things around and we had to adapt to that. So all around, all around, in that backdrop, doing all the things that we did, and we're nuts. I mean, we're crazy. Hey, let's do things people only do once every 10 years. Let's find 3 of them or 4 of them, and let's do them all in 6 months. And no, let's not get stressed out about it. And, you know,
We
fun.
didn't get stressed out about it though.
Who
We
needs
we
funds? We'll
Let
just
me tell you
eat rice.
something though. Okay? What 2020 rolled in.
Yeah.
It took us all by like, what the,
Mm-hmm.
listen, especially our generation, the worst thing we had, I think, was the Gulf Stream War. Is that what it's called?
The Gulf
where
War?
the Gulf War, we just watch TV of things blowing up all the time. Remember that?
Yeah.
But literally, we didn't have any war. We didn't have any major. Just life was good for a really long time. And so this pandemic comes in. We we pivoted on our toes immediately and got into action. And then, everybody anticipating, get through 2020, 21 is going to ease up and be a little easier. And once we realized that not was not the case, and thank God the real estate market just thrived, yes, but like you said, it wasn't easy.
It,
And
it was
so
overheated though. It was
and so if ever there's a time to redo everything, it's while all this, while you're taking the hits, right?
yep.
So the good part about all of this is what can't we be prepared for now? We're ready.
hmm Let's not tempt fate. Let's not ask that question.
We're ready. Bring
Okay,
it.
I am all for
We got a
declarative statements.
toolbox.
Yeah, we do. So if you are a consumer out there, um, I think it's perhaps comforting to know that in the largest transaction of your life, there's brands out there that are losing sleep over your experience, making sure that you are served better. If you are professional out there, you should know that there's brands out there that are decidedly not status quo, that are utterly committed to reinventing the entire agent experience for the better so that all win, and leveraging technology and the best of people to do that. We didn't just roll out digital vomit this year. We
No.
we actually invested in human beings with big brains, huge commitments, and deep desire to move the brand forward. So, and this would not happen, Jennifer, were it not promulgated by you. So you can take your bow. Great job. I am very excited about what awaits us. Now, we're not going to do any predictions. We're not going to spoil any more, but very good things await us.
I predict
Very
one
cool things
thing.
await us.
I predict one thing.
Okay, sure.
Massive growth.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll add one thing, just one little descriptor: massive, profitable growth.
Yes. Yes.
Massive, profitable growth. The
Yes.
whole point of being an enterprise here is to,
Make money.
yeah, is to be
And it's not
operating
a
the black.
selfish thing. One thing I've also learned that you can't take care of other people, and a lot of people depend on us. And we can't take people and show them how to run a profitable business if we can't do it ourselves. So first and foremost is profitable growth.
Yep. So all that's very good. Now the written version of all this is going to go into my personal blog, and when we redo the company blog finally, eventually Q1, it will be on there as well. But the state of the firm, which is published just about every year since forever, this is the written version will be on westchesterrealestate.net and jphillip.com later on when that rolls out. But if you want it today, it'll be on westchesterrealestate.net later on today. Maybe
Cool.
with this our blathering embedded in there.
And if you'd like to get on our email list, I have no idea who to email. I'm going to say email Josie, Josie, at
F.
jphillip.net. Or
Josie
just
F.
Josie F. Oh, yeah, Josie.
We have two
other
Josies.
Josie. So Josie F at jphillip.net. And, or just pop a comment below and we'll get you onto our newsletter. We promise it's only valuable, educational, and oftentimes funny
A little bit sometimes.
content.
Sometimes.
All right. I think we're gonna cut it short just before we get to 20 minutes. I forget how long they were trying to get us to keep it to, but
Well,
if
okay,
we
we're
can.
2006. But last thing, we're going to be expanding the format of this. We're going to start having guests, and we're going to go to an
Yes.
hour. and we
For
have
some
a long
shows,
list
we
of
have
guests.
both. Yep. We'll have
Okay.
both.
Yeah, fine. But some of them are going to be longer because they're going to have
Yes.
extra peoples.
Yes. Up. Oh well. Too late.
Too
We
late.
missed our cutoff.
What happened?
They could cut the end. Nope, it's good. They could trim the end. You can't post it on Instagram and some other places when it goes over 20. So it's either good to go more or less. But they
All right,
can
maybe
trim it.
we'll okay.
It's all
Wrap it
good.
up. See you later. Good job.
Later.